All right, welcome back everybody to Minnesota Built. I gotta edit the last video. I said I was gonna do it last week and never did. Anyways, Darren's got his shitter in here. If you can't see this massive exhaust on the ground. Darren, why is it every fucking car you own, you have to chop off the exhaust? Is there a reason? Do they know a reason? I don't know a reason. I think it's stupid. But there's a reason.
There's a reason behind everything.
And why is everything gotta be difficult and loud?
Because it's awesome.
God damn it. So he's out here chopping off his cats. And I don't even know what he's attempting to weld together. But anyways, for you guys last know, we got the motor all in and everything, the turbo put on. We came over here earlier with Dare Bear, the Care Bear. What are you doing out here? Cooling it down? Yeah. So, and we kind of did a little project and said, screw it, we're just going to send it. So, the Del Sol now has an Tegra dash. If I can get in there. So, a full Tegra dash. I had to chop the shit out of the door cards. I know you guys can't see it right there, but there's a big hole in the door cards. We chopped them up to make it work, which I'm probably going to end up buying the aluminum door cards and just putting those in. But I kind of wanted to run the Tegra dash if I could. So, we slapped it in there. I got to pull it back out, start laying the harness inside the car and working on it. Mason came over tonight because he's bored, so I'm sure he'll help with that. Besides that, I gotta find a way to mount the dash because none of the mounting points from the Tegra to the Del Sol are the same whatsoever. They're all different, so I gotta find a way to bolt it in, but we'll figure that out. So yeah, I'll throw you guys on a time lapse here. I don't know, maybe in a little bit. There's not a lot of room to work, so I can't really. I'm just laying the harness in the car anyway, so it's not much for you guys to see. That's what we're gonna do. I'll follow up with an update. All right, everybody, I'm gonna give you an update on the Del Sol. But Darren, he needs more, what, straight pipe to go all the way back, but he got most of it done. So I guess let's hear how it sounds. That bitch loud. You're getting pulled over like tonight. Well, drop it down, let's go for a rip. All right. Careful with my stuff though on the top. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna give you a quick update here. So, me and Mason been just knocking out this harness. So we got, I smell fucking fresh gas, my boy.
Yeah, it fucking runs rich.
Just runs rich as shit. God damn. So anyways, we got the fuse box mounted and everything plugged in and running. I'm working right now on this ground wire, running the rest of it back, and then we'll be getting the dash put in. But we're gonna go for a rip in Darren's piece of shit. Anyways, I ain't got really much to report. It's just super extremely tedious job of putting this back in. It's a pain in the ass because it's meant for an Tegra, not a Del Sol, so it's not quite the same, but it'll work. What else? Oh, we got the headlight harnesses pulled through, ran on each side, so I can extend them and run them to the headlights. Now this car will have front blinkers and headlights and tail lights and rear blinkers where it didn't before. So we'll catch up with you guys. We're gonna keep ripping on this. Hopefully, I said it was gonna run tonight, but fuck, is there a lot of work to do. So we're gonna, I gotta keep putting the harness together.
We'll get it done.
I'm working on it. So anyways, we'll catch up with you guys. All right, Darren, give him a quick rundown on like why I freaked out like 20 minutes ago.
Well,
we came in here.
I wasn't here last night, but I'm sure he made a whole bunch of clips on everything.
I made a couple. I don't know where I did leave off. The car was just cranking. I had no spark, but we did get the dash in with the harness and all of that.
But we came here, not even knowing what we were gonna do. Probably fuck with this thing, figure it out.
Yep.
He unplugged the crank sensor, plugged it back in, hooked the battery up, cranked it, I think, just to see, and then it started, and he like freaked the fuck out.
I know. I was like, I like jumped out of the Del Sol. I'm like, what the fuck? Because it popped over. Exactly. I was like, why the fuck did it just start?
So now it runs, yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean, so I must have had a loose connection on the crank sensor. Yeah. Go ahead and give him a start. She sounds good as fuck.
So the motor's not knocking.
Yeah, the whole, I don't have the motor mounts all tight.
I thought it was knocking up.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, I literally disconnected the crank sensor, plugged it back in, hopped in it to crank it. I'm like, there's no fucking way it's gonna start, but I gotta try. And it popped over. It was like, and fired. I'm like, oh shit, because before it wouldn't even fire. And the weirdest part is, last night, while me and Mason were here after you left, I even unplugged the crank sensor and plugged it back in, and it did the same thing. So this time I must have unplugged it and then like plugged it in better. It makes no sense to me, but it runs. I know what the issue is now. I thought like I somehow fried my ECU by not doing the harness right, or like I was all sorts of worried. So
Scared.
yeah. So what we're gonna do now is
Throw everything back together in the interior.
yeah, I think we could toss the seats in it and go through the tail lights, get the tail lights working. I gotta modify the headlight harnesses and get those all working.
Put the fenders back on.
Fenders.
Maybe throw the axles in it to move it.
That would be cool.
You know.
That way I can back it out.
Shifter.
Oh yeah, I gotta go pull the one out of the Integra. That's gonna suck for you. I'm too fat to fit underneath of it. You're the one that took it out of the garage. I was leaving it in here to pull the parts off of it. I need the clutch line off of it too.
Take it out of the garage. It was sitting in front of the garage.
No, you originally took it out of the garage.
Yeah, but then you brought it back in, took what you needed, and you pulled it back out.
That was on you for moving it out the first time.
No.
Yes. Because you're gay.
I moved it out of my way so I could move it.
Either way. So nonetheless, my car does run and drive. I was getting worried that something was fucked up, but it's not. We're good. She runs. I'm happy. I feel good. I was getting pretty worried. I had PJ Walters. What a shout out to him again. He was going through and helped me volt reference all my coil packs, seeing what was going on, why I didn't have power. And turns out it was just a shitty connection on the crank sensor. He's also, we were talking and I was like, oh, I guess I could. He was talking about plugging in the computer and I was like, yeah, I could plug it in and take a look at the parameters. And while cranking over on the coil, or one of the tabs, I can't remember, but it had a timing error and it'd ping every like full revolution crank. And so it said timing error. And so I was like, okay, there's timing wrong. So then we were talking back and forth and he's like, yeah, you never know, a sensor could just shit out. And it is an old sensor, but it turns out it was just a connection, the pigtail. So we're good to go, man. And she runs and drives. Well, it doesn't quite drive, but it runs.
You can drive tonight.
Technically, we could.
Move.
We could. I gotta try to figure out how to mount the radiator, which luckily I think I can just zip tie it to the bottom of that. And now here's something you're not gonna like, but I am going to be hole sawing a hole in the spot where the hole used to be.
I told you to do that.
No, you're like, oh, the bay looks good. Don't fuck with it.
No.
Yeah.
I said this looks good. Justin hates this.
I think that's ugly as hell.
I said it looks good. I think it compliments the baby.
This looks decent. That's not too bad.
But I told him I was like, why didn't you just fucking hole saw it? Because he's like, it's cracked. It's all cracked. It's just sheet metal or fiberglass or something.
Well, when I was looking under there,
and I was like,
it's got like this piece of metal here.
And I'm the one that told him just to hole saw it.
Did you?
That was my idea. I told you to do that.
Well, that's what we're doing.
So
that way I can use the cheap intercooler like I did.
What you're thinking about?
Shit, you're stupid as fuck, boy. So anyways, I'm beyond ecstatic that it runs. I was getting so fucking worried on like what was going on with this car, why I had no spark. Like I said, I thought I fried my ECU or something was up, but we're good to go. We're set. I gotta put the bigger injectors in it, better spark plugs, gap them, and this time we're going to a better tuner. This motor is not going to end up like the last one. At least, I don't think it is. I mean
it might blow up, but it's not going to blow up
because of the tuner. Yeah. This motor, I think I'm going to shoot for 8 pounds. I think this thing at 8 pounds is going to make like 350. Yeah. And because like, what did the J32 made 340 or 320 on 5 pounds?
It was like 343, I think.
Was it 340? It was 320 or 340. I can't remember. Alrighty, welcome back to Minnesota Built. I don't know where we left off. It's been working for a couple days, but welcome back. Brandon's working on taking the stock coils out of the Tegra to put in the shitbox EK because the EK has no... Darren cut the springs and took the springs out of the struts, so it rides like absolute dog shit. As you guys just saw, Christian, he came over. Shout out to Christian, he helped me a lot. We got it cleaned up. And we got a lot more space over here to put some stuff. Now we can actually walk around. Oh, you just toss it in the back. Kind of using this bench, kind of store some shit. Brandon's car is kind of tucked up because we're not going to work on it for a little bit. Christian, same thing. He's actually going to Puerto Rico. He's going to go visit his familia, go hang out. But when he gets back, what are you going to do when you get back? What'd you say?
Buy the motor.
You going to buy the motor?
Buy the motor.
Are we going to start actually putting it in?
Send the into manifold.
To my buddy. He's gonna, he bought the cheaper manifold for $100. He's gonna port it, my buddy is. Brandon just shit himself. But anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna tow this thing out of here. The Del Sol's sitting outside. I did have it running. I'll get a video for that, but I gotta change the crank sensor. It was running like a week ago or a couple days ago. I come in here to start it and it doesn't work. So I'm 99% confident it's the crank sensor, and I don't know where I put the other one, but I know I have it. I just had it. Anyways, I gotta find it where I said it, but yeah, so we'll follow up when we get this pile of junk out of here and gone, and we get the Del Sol back in my shop, and we cleaned up and looks good. Thanks for watching. All right, Darren, it's your time to gloat. Tell them what you figured out with my car that I couldn't, and give them a rundown on what we did.
So, I won't show the surprise yet. Here's the Del Sol.
Last time you guys saw, I was trying to get it running.
Yes.
So I was having a no spark issue.
No spark issue. And we had this problem before. So I was like, dude, dead battery or low battery.
It wasn't dead, it was just not fully charged.
Yeah. And the starter being a piece of shit. So the battery sat on the charger, what, overnight?
2 days.
2 days. And Justin's like, well, we need to swap that crankshaft sensor, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, just fucking try it. Try it out.
Just like the other night when we were like, I just tossed the battery and off the charger.
You're like, whoa, why did it fire?
Yeah.
And then it fired.
But that didn't click in my brain.
So I told him, I was like, let's try it. He's like, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I was like, put the fucking battery on, we'll try it. Sure shit, she ran. But we did a lot of stuff tonight. You can see we got some intercooler piping. Trim the bumper up. Oh god, that looks like shit.
It's better than no bumper.
Oh, sorry about the camera angle. But intercoolers in, mounted, only top mounts right now. We'll get bottom ones. Trim the fuck out of the bumper. Coolant's bled. Throttle cables on. Clutches bled.
Go show them inside.
Shifter cables. Shifter boxes mounted. We relocated the battery.
Where is the battery? Is it over by you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Relocated the battery to the back. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but come off the power feed to the kill switch. Ran ground there, battery box. Just so we didn't have to make a custom bracket up here. Which Justin didn't really want to do anyway, so...
No, I really didn't want to. I was like, well, I could make a bracket for the battery in the front. And I was just like, you know what? Screw it. Let's throw it in the back. It's more safe back there. You don't have shit kicking at it.
Right.
You know.
And we have that battery, not the little Odyssey battery. So
right.
We could have ran into problems trying to mount that.
Yeah, I could have.
But essentially, it's done.
It's like, what did you say?
Like
gauges.
Gauge AFR, oil pressure boost.
Couple vacuum lines.
Run vacuum line from wastegate blow off valve. Go over everything one last time.
Nut and bolt check.
Yeah, and throw the injectors in, and it's done.
Yeah, that's really about it. Of course, we're gonna modify the exhaust. We're gonna get rid of that shitty wastegate dump.
Yeah, we're gonna get. So the hole in the hood where it had the K is over here. I told Justin we should run it, the exhaust, obviously to the hole, that's a plan. We're not too sure on what we're gonna do with the wastegate. Either gonna run it straight into the exhaust right there because it'd be easy and simple as fuck. Or we run it along the exhaust above it to come out. So the exhaust would be here, wastegate would be there. And then it would somewhat, we would get it to fit in that hole when I had the K.
It will.
So that's
But
the update.
as far as it running and driving, axles are in. We put those in. Obviously, I suppose you guys didn't get to see it.
Yeah.
If you go look at my TikTok, Minnesota Built, same thing. MN space BUILT, just like the banner, and this YouTube. I post way more content over there because it's just easier, a lot faster. So if you guys head over to MN Built,
And on the YouTube, it's way more in depth.
yeah, YouTube's more of like kind of description and stuff, and
Yeah.
TikTok is like, hey, look at this. Hey, look at this.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more cool
TikTok's
videos on
mainly
TikTok.
just updates,
Yeah.
pretty much. And then dumb shit we do.
Also, so we are almost at 4,000 followers, Darren. 4,000 on TikTok, which
Yep.
is amazing.
We're at what?
YouTube, we're over 250 subscribers,
Yeah.
which is just mind blowing. That's awesome. I wasn't going to be doing this stuff again. I was still going to be working on cars, but I wasn't going to be recording anything. One night, me and Darren were hanging out, and he's like, "We should start a YouTube again."
Well,
or we were
he
talking
used
about,
to have a YouTube, and he just made shitty videos, whatever.
Hey, they were
They were okay.
maybe,
but
maybe not as cool as now.
now they're shitty, but... And he's like, yeah, I used to have YouTube. I'll search it up and we can watch the videos, whatever. And then we did, and I was like, dude, we should fucking do it.
And I was like,
Justin had, what, like $500 in his pocket?
I had like $300 in my pocket. I had more money, but like that's the only money.
You sold
For-
something.
For those who are married, you have responsible money, and then you have fun garage money.
Yep.
Right. So I had like $300 to blow, and Darren's like, well, "Let's get a GoPro."
Yeah.
That's what you guys are watching right now, and I was like, eh. And they just happened to be having a sale on this GoPro Hero Black 8.
Yep.
And I was like, screw it, let's do it. And here we are. So thank you to all 250 plus of you. And oh man, we're almost at 4,000 TikTok followers.
And all our friends.
All of our friends. We love you guys.
Mainly me, because I told Justin to do it. So mainly me. So thank me.
So I'll give Darren 3% when we blow up.
Yeah. If we ever do. I feel like we'll blow up on TikTok and make...
But this car is actually... My coupe is nicer than this Del Sol. As far
Not
as,
his coupe.
Well, I
Christian's
did sell
coupe.
what I was getting at. My old coupe is in nicer condition as far as like paint and things like that go. But the Del Sol is just something unique about it. For those who don't know, a Honda Del Sol was actually my very, very first Honda. And I have owned over 175 of these cars in the last 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the Del Sol was a black one, blown up. I bought it for $200. I never got it running, but I ripped it all apart. I was going to paint it when I was like 16. And we ended up selling it. But the Honda Del Sol was my very first introduction to Hondas as far as owning one. And then my first running and driving Honda was Acura Integra. But we've kind of come full circle, for me anyway, personally, from where I started to like what I have now. And it's kind of cool to realize. It's funny because for those who do know, this is my late father's shop. This is the garage. We had that Del Sol in. It sat right over there, and I got to work on it. And it's really cool that I get to come full circle to see what I started with, not even knowing how to like put a timing belt on a motor, to like what we've accomplished now.
Right there.
So,
And the craziest thing is, his first Honda was a Del Sol. His first running Honda was a Integra. And we put two of those together, and we got the Del Tegra.
Yeah.
You get it? Integra dash and everything. Del Sol. Get it? Del Tegra.
With a J Series turbo.
Yeah. So that's the name. It's Del Tegra.
Del Tegra. I love it. So we took that crappy Acura Integra, and we slapped the J in it and just had some fun in it for winter purposes because the shell was junk. I wasn't gonna drive this.
And here in Minnesota, they salt the roads like fucking
Like
crazy.
the
like McDonald's French fries.
The Del Sol isn't gonna get driven in the winter.
No.
It might go to the dyno tuner, but anyways, nonetheless, this car came in like I've owned this car now for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I picked it up
2 weeks and 2 days.
2 Fridays ago. I bought this car, and it came in with that H22A over there.
Yep.
And an absolute crackhead wiring job underneath the dash and everything, and we just totally ripped every single wire out of the Integra and revamped the Del Sol. And I'm really proud of this car. I think this thing has come full circle from itself.
To be fair, it really wasn't crackhead wiring.
It was rough. There was a lot of cut stuff. And
It was bad, but they made it to where everything ran on a fucking relay.
And like just switches.
Yeah.
Or not switches, but like you hit the key, or you didn't even hit the key, you just turned the power on, you plug the battery in. The fan was coming on, the fuel pump was coming, everything was hardwired, and I just
Did the headlights even work?
Huh?
Did the headlights or taillights?
The headlights turned on, but there was no blinkers in the back or the front. The back blinkers, I guess, worked. I don't know if the brake lights worked, but now everything works. Me and Darren slayed out. Shout out to Mason too. He did help me rip the Tegra apart and help me mount it. You know, he helped out a lot too. But so this car has 100% accurate Integra wiring harness from headlights to tail lights to dash harness. It's got the Integra dash, the Integra cluster. Everything works.
From front to
Blinkers
back,
work.
everything, every wire inside is an Integra.
Integra. The only thing that's not Integra is the custom engine harness and custom conversion harness, which obviously is for the J series. So
Yep.
this car it's unique to me because I've only put a DC dash in one other car and it didn't work. And this one, it's not the coolest looking thing because of
And it's not the cleanest. We could have done it better, but we got ahead of ourselves. And
we were
just
fast.
chopped it up.
But it's still, when you hop in it and you see an Integra dash, like that's sick. Come on, I don't care who you are. That's pretty cool to see.
Yes.
So after this build, I mean, like honestly, the only thing, so for those who don't know, this car is a 3.5 liter, was a J32 semi built in here. The tuner blew it up, long story, whatever. It's got, so this is a J35 6-speed CL6S Type S LSD tranny. And we're gonna just run it on like 5 to 8 pounds of boost on this motor. I have another motor to build over there. But for those who don't know, this car is going to get a K-Series all-wheel drive transmission and an S1 built all-wheel drive kit in the rear. This car will be J to K all-wheel drive turbo. And my end goal is like 600 horse all-wheel drive. And I think this thing will be just a rocket all-wheel drive with 600 horse.
Oh yeah, it'll be fucking insane.
The only thing I could really go above doing the all-wheel drive kit, because I've never done that yet, so that's my next step. And the J to K is going to be just interesting to do too.
Oh yeah.
I'm already talking to, there's a guy I follow, and he does J to K stuff. He's got good relationships with Inline Pro and other people in the community who do J to K. He's already got me in the bag for finding a J to K kit and working through all the steps with me on doing the conversion. And then of course, my buddy, he's already got an S1 built kit, all-wheel drive trailing arms and stuff. I'm already working on getting that. So we're really gonna vamp this car up and have something really cool. The next step, the only thing I could do after that is like right-hand drive, which I'm not gonna chop this one up to do because it'd be too much work with the bay and stuff. But honestly, if I don't move on to like Chevy LS after this, I mean, we'll see if I keep this car or not. I don't know. This was version 1 and it was really cool and the coupe is nice. But for those who know me, I absolutely hate coupes. I hate them. I like hatches, I like sedans, and I like Del Sols, and I like Integras. But I hate Civic coupes every generation.
Yep.
All the way from EG to EK to FG to the 9th gens. I think they're all ugly. So.
And one thing a lot of people probably don't know about him is he can't keep a car to save his fucking life.
No.
So, after this is done, it's most likely going to get put up for sale.
Yeah.
It might not even go all-wheel drive. You might say that now, but it might not even go all-wheel drive. It might be 5 pounds, and it might be a ripper, and he might have fun with it, and then he might get bored. And
well, we got to wait 2-3 months before we can even drive it, because right now in Minnesota, it's February, and we don't get nice weather till like end of April, beginning of May. It's kind of like when it's warm enough out and the snow melts. So the goal so far is in the next couple of months, I still want to pound out that all-wheel drive kit. I really want to do it. I want to push myself even further. This is my first J-Series swap. I've had it in 3 cars, but this is my first swap. And I want to push myself even further and do the all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a really cool thing to do.
And the craziest thing is, we're probably really not going to drive it and hit boost.
If we do the all-wheel drive before summer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be all-wheel drive. Honestly, though, I do want to find a dyno and go take it on the dyno while it's still winter out. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
That way the motor's ready to go. Although the only thing is I'm going to have to change up the turbo kit because the up pipe is right in the way for the all-wheel drive kit. So there's a lot of semantics to get into. But nonetheless, the cars together, it runs.
Drives, it's done.
You know what? We got to show the YouTube. I'll throw the battery in.
Might as well. I'll set you guys up here quick. Well, I don't really need to. I was gonna help Justin with that, but I forget it's carbon fibre. Super duper light for that fast horsepower.
Just to show you guys that it does run, because we've come all this way, we got to be able to at least show you that.
And yes, I figured it out. I'm never gonna let it go.
Yep, he got one over me.
Justin, the god of Hondas here. Well, he's not god of Hondas. He just...
They're all I like.
He's well known for Hondas. Switch on. Yep. Very loud.
We love turbo noises around here.
Is there...
So anyways, once again, guys, I just want to say I love you. Thank you for, like, even if it's 5 subscribers, it doesn't matter. Over here, this is
2 viewers.
This has been for fun. I know me and Darren have enjoyed the fuck out of this project, the coupe, everything. It's just been a blast. And
all the little projects in between.
Yeah.
The sedan that's out there running that looks like fucking garbage.
God, that thing's tough. Anyways, from the 2 people who comment on videos to when I get 30 comments on videos, I absolutely love interacting. To those who leave comments on my YouTube, there's nothing that feels better when I pop my phone open. I'm like, oh, somebody commented on my video. I love interacting with you guys. I got people that have watched me from, I mean, shit, we had some dude from South Africa on the Instagram account. That was a long story. But
Yeah.
Nonetheless, the viewer is expanding. I've made so many cool connections with people already from like the TikTok and the YouTube that like I'm like not personal friends with, I've met, but like, you know, I have their phone number and we just chit chat once in a while. Really cool people I've met because of the social media. And I just want to say I love you guys and I appreciate all you. Thank you and welcome to Minnesota Built. We're not going to stop here. We're going to get bigger, better, and badder.
And faster.
And bitter, better, better.
And faster.
And faster. So we'll see you guys later.